Yes, sir. We do appreciate your business. You have a good weekend, too. Goodbye. Hi, I'm Dustin with Redline Engineering, Redline Stands. Basically, the point of the video that you're watching today is to educate you, our customer, and in this case, consignee, on some very common freight shipping questions. It's very important to understand that as much as we do appreciate your business, once we take your shipment and put it on the back of a truck, we have no more authority over that carrier than you if you were to spend money sending something through FedEx or USPS. Another very important point to keep in mind is trucking companies do not have to pick up or deliver on a certain day unless you pay for a guaranteed pickup or delivery, which typically runs about $75. In the very rare and unlikely event that your freight takes an extra week to get there, it's very important to understand that our only recourse is to be patient. It's still coming, but the last thing that we want to see happen is for you to expect your brand new car lift on a Wednesday and not get it until the following Tuesday, get upset, refuse it, send it back. In that case, what happens is not only do you pay the freight going there, you pay it back as well as a restocking fee, and we don't want to see that happen. So basically now we're going to show you some very common freight shipments and how to load them. So if you want to follow me to the warehouse, we'll show you. Thanks.
Oh, hey. Didn't see you there. The portion of this video is to show you the various sizes, lengths, and weights of some of the shipments, the more common shipments that we have. Back behind me here, this is a 6,000 pound mid-rise lift. This lift weighs about 900 pounds, almost 1,000. Here's one of the smallest freight pieces that we're going to send out. It's an SJ35 rolling jack that goes on a 4-post lift. The rolling jack weighs about 300 pounds. Here is a car body rotisserie. The rotisserie weighs about 600 pounds. Back over here is a wheel balancing machine. The wheel balancing machine and the tire changer come in about the same size box, weigh about 500 pounds. Here is a 1,000 pound motorcycle lift, weighs about 400 pounds, and its big brother, the 1,500 pound air over hydraulic lift, weighs about 800 pounds, 850 depending on what accessories you get with it. All of these shipments here can fit in the bed of a pickup truck without any problem whatsoever. Now, the rest of the stuff is a little bit different. Here is a drop tail dual motorcycle folding trailer that weighs about 800 pounds. Pretty big shipment. Over here, some of our car lifts. This is a 9,000 pound 2-post clear floor 2-piece tower lift. By 2-piece tower, I mean that it actually has an extension that bolts onto it, and the shipment is about 10 feet long, weighs 1,400 pounds. Its big brother is a 10,000 pound clear floor lift. It's a single tower, or single piece tower, so it's about 12 feet long. Now, both of these machines can be actually unloaded with a forklift that has fork extensions, and the two bigger machines over here, these are 4-post lifts. This is an 8,000 pound 4-post lift. It weighs about 1,700 pounds, and its big brother, a 12,000 pound 4-post lift, is about 2,200 pounds and 17 feet long. So you're obviously not going to get these shipments into the bed of a pickup truck. What you do need is a location with a dock and a forklift, 2 forklifts, or a forklift and a lift gate. You'll be able to unload this stuff. You can't really use the fork extensions on the 4-post lifts. They're just too big, too heavy. We don't want to see anybody get hurt. Now we're going to move on and show you some different loading applications of some of the different car lifts and motorcycle lifts, what can and won't work. We hope you'll find very informative.
Now we're going to go ahead and show you probably the easiest way to unload a 2-post car lift if you don't have a dock available, and that's to use fork extensions. Basically what you do is fork over the top of the machine, and either using chains or straps secure the machine to the forklift. When you go to pick it up, make sure that your forks don't dig into your power unit and destroy it. We have seen that happen before by people not paying attention. You want to make sure that you've got a good solid load before you go to pick up on it. This is a lot of weight, and nobody needs to get hurt over a car lift. These car lifts can ship from 10 to 12 feet long and anywhere from 1,350 to 2,600 pounds. So having the right size forklift or bobcat is important. This is a 5,000 pound forklift, so it handles it without a problem. We have seen guys use a small bobcat before and tip one over, so you want to be careful. The second way to go about this if you don't have a dock or fork extensions is to use a lift gate.
Now, keep in mind the lift gate does cost extra money, typically in the area of $50 to $75 depending on the carrier. What you want to do is pull your forklift up or your bobcat up to the truck, chain off against the machine, and then pull it out to the very back of the truck. Now, with the assistance of the truck driver who's going to operate the lift gate, when he gets it into place, you're going to pull the car lift back out onto the lift gate shown here. Watch the driver's cues, he'll tell you where he wants it at. Now, lower the machine at the same time in unison, and this is a very easy way to get a car lift off the back of a truck. You can do this with a 2 or 4 post lift, as a matter of fact. Keep in mind it does cost extra. Now we're going to look at a motorcycle lift going into the bed of a pickup truck. This is the most common way that our customers pick up their motorcycle lifts. If you have fork extensions, we always recommend go ahead and use them, but if you don't, that's fine, they're not required. This is a 1,000 pound motorcycle lift. Some of the bigger machines you may want to put a counterweight on if you don't have the fork extensions available. You want to make sure that you're careful not to get into the tailgate of the pickup truck and damage it. Back up a little bit, pick it up, and run it back in. Typically these lifts are too long to shut the tailgate, so you want to make sure that you brought ratchet straps with you. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about some accessorials.
How to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. First you get 2 pieces
Accessorials.
Accessorials.
Yes.
Okay. Accessorials are described as extra fees charged by a trucking company. Extra fees and accessorials can be anything from a lift gate to a residential delivery, inside delivery, a notify fee, which is if they call you before they come, limited access delivery. Heck, if you high-five the driver at the end of the delivery, I believe there's a fee for that. These are not our fees, understand that. We actually think that this stuff ought to be considered in the main rate, but they're not. Also, it's important not to lie about your delivery location, and the reason for that is if you say, okay, Mr. Redline, send this stuff to this location, it's a commercial address, the truck driver gets there, sees that it's a residential delivery, he's going to go back to the terminal. The next day, they're going to come out in a different truck, and you're going to get hit with a redelivery, and you're going to get hit with a residential and a lift gate. If you get hit with those accessorials, you're going to have a case of red accessorials. So now we're going to go ahead and talk about the 4 different delivery locations. You've got a commercial location, an LTL dock pickup, you've got a residential, and then farm. So we're going to go ahead and look at those.
Now the most ideal shipping location is to a business with either a dock or a forklift. If that's not available, we can ship it to the nearest LTL terminal near you, where they'll load it onto your trailer with a forklift. Next is a residential delivery. Now even though the customer has what's considered to be a commercial building out back with a forklift, it's still a residential delivery and would incur residential fees. Lastly, our farm deliveries, which are discussed on a case-by-case basis, but know if there is a home on the property, it will be considered a residence. Now here we're showing you a copy of a bill of lading. Notice in the body of the bill of lading, circled in red, is a piece count. Now this tells you everything you need to know about receiving your shipment. If it says that there are 4 pieces that you should be signing for and only 3 are there, there's a problem. This needs to be notated on the driver's bill of lading. If there is anything damaged or missing, it has to be written on the bill of lading. Under no circumstances should you sign that driver's handheld device. We also ask that you take a picture of the damaged freight with the driver and the truck in the background, proving that this did not happen after the driver left. If you have any questions at all during delivery, call us. We appreciate you taking the time to watch our video, and we hope that you found it very informative. Have a good day.